So it appears that the saga of Microsoft acquiring Bethesda has officially come to an end in terms of the deal going through, because according to this headline here that I have opened up for this Polygon article, Microsoft confirms some future Bethesda games will be exclusive to Xbox PC. So all this news has been released in a day, and I'm just gonna read this article here to see what it's about fully, because I've only read the headline. I've only seen some things trending on Twitter, such as how the deal's gone through completely. But now it's time to look at this in somewhat of detail. So Microsoft's acquisition of ZeniMax Media, the parent company of game maker Bethesda Softworks, is official, the company said in separate statements on Tuesday. The $7.5 billion deal, first announced in September, brings Bethesda's Fallout, Elder Scrolls, Doom, Dishonored, as well as 8 owned development studios to Xbox Game Studios. And while some still unreleased Bethesda Softworks games, Deathloop, Ghostwire Tokyo, remain timed exclusives on PlayStation 5, Microsoft confirmed Tuesday that some new titles in the future will be exclusive to Xbox and PC players, which, that isn't a surprise. That's something that should be expected, because what would be the point of purchasing Bethesda if they're not going to even make any of their games exclusive? It would be a pointless deal. That does definitely guarantee all Bethesda games on Game Pass day one, and having all these different games you can purchase, not even just exclusive to Bethesda, just anything Xbox or just anything third party, just anything that's under that, you could get for $10. So you're purchasing maybe, I don't know, Starfield, for example, for $10 on Xbox through Game Pass, as opposed to $60 or even $70 on PlayStation, which I don't agree with that just being a good enough reason for why Microsoft would buy Bethesda. At the end of the day, some games should also be exclusive on top of just good Game Pass deals, because at the end of the day, the games are the main reason for why people get systems. And on top of that, not everyone's going to be in the Game Pass. Some people prefer to just straight up purchase games because maybe there just isn't enough games on Game Pass for people to find a reason to get it, and that's perfectly understandable and fine. So yeah, just having some exclusive games would only be a good thing, because it gives a reason for buying these games on Xbox, or if you're just someone who's in the PC, there you go, you could just play it that way. Head of Xbox Phil Spencer wrote about the acquisition on Microsoft's Xbox Wire, saying, "Today, we officially complete the acquisition of ZeniMax Media, parent company of Bethesda Softworks. It's an honor to welcome the 8 incredibly talented development studios: Bethesda Game Studios, id Software, ZeniMax Online Studios, Arcane, Machine Games, Tango Gameworks, Alpha Dog, and Roundhouse Studios, and their passionate global communities to the Xbox family. Now that everything is official, we can begin working together to deliver more great games to everyone. At every step building toward this moment, I have been inspired and motivated by the creativity, insight, and community-first approach of the talented people at Bethesda. Our goal is to give these teams the best foundation for doing their greatest work, and to learn from them as we continue to build Xbox into an inclusive platform for all players as well as all gamers. This is the next step in building an industry-leading first-party studios team, a commitment we have to our Xbox community. With the addition of the Bethesda creative teams, gamers should know that Xbox consoles, PC, and Game Pass will be the best place to experience new Bethesda games, including some new titles in the future that will be exclusive to Xbox and PC players." Bethesda Softworks' announced game lineup includes Starfield, The Elder Scrolls 6, and a new Indiana Jones game from Wolfenstein developer Machine Games. Okay. I have an issue with this sentence here, because this sentence obviously mentions Starfield, The Elder Scrolls 6, and the new Indiana Jones game from Wolfenstein developer Machine Games. But not once here in this sentence do I see a mention of Todd Howard, who happens to have involvement in all 3 of these games. Polygon. Yet you don't even give my boy Todd credit where credit is clearly due. He is the reason why all of these games just work. Okay? 16 times the detail. And him and Phil Spencer are now the ultimate gaming duo powerhouse. And you have the audacity to leave him out. See, Polygon, this is why people fucking hate you. This is why gaming journalism's a fucking joke. Anyways, moving on from this just absolute disrespect. Pete Hines, Senior Vice President of Public Relations and Marketing at Bethesda Softworks, said in a statement that the company will continue to operate as it has, but that more of its games would come to Microsoft's Game Pass subscription service. Hines wrote, I can't say it in his voice because I haven't listened to Pete Hines' voice enough. Okay, it's not iconic like Todd's or Phil's are, unfortunately. I'm sorry, I'm just being honest here, but I'm just being real. So I'm just gonna say this in my own voice. Okay. First, let me say that we're not making any landmark announcements and changes right now. As we've all shared, the expectation is that Bethesda Softworks and our other studios will continue to, as we have in the past, just with more support and resources than we've ever had before. Obviously, Game Pass has been an important initiative for Xbox, and we'll be working on putting even more of our games into Game Pass than ever before. Beyond that, stay tuned. We're just getting started. It says developing. I'm going to refresh the page because the last time I opened this was at almost 10 this morning, so I want to see how this looks now. Okay, so there's another paragraph here now, so I'm going to read that too. Microsoft announced its intention to acquire ZeniMax Media last September. The purchase spawned widespread speculation about Bethesda and Xbox's plans, mainly around whether future games from the companies would be released on PlayStation and Nintendo platforms. Microsoft said it would evaluate future releases on a case-by-case basis and would honor existing exclusivity deals. So there you go. That's the article of Bethesda now being Microsoft's bitch fully. And now the question is, what games are going to end up being exclusive and which ones aren't? If I had to make a guess, I'm going to say that Starfield, future Fallout games, future Elder Scrolls titles, future Doom games, all of that I think is gonna all be completely exclusive to Xbox and PC. I don't see any of those making a return for PlayStation. Who knows, maybe I'll be wrong and that'll be the case, but going off of what we do know, which is absolutely nothing for what games will be exclusive, it's hard to say. Maybe a few will end up not being exclusive because of certain deals like they said, but aside from a few, I can't see any more than that being on PlayStation. I feel like most are going to end up being on Microsoft platforms only, because that's no doubt the main reason why they purchased Bethesda, for that competition. They've been needing more games, so in order to do that, that means purchasing Bethesda, and that means having 8 new brand new studios, well, not brand new, but at least for being Microsoft exclusive studios, now here to make Microsoft exclusive games. So yeah, we'll see how this turns out in the next few years or so at this point, because that's probably how long it's going to take to really start seeing a lot of these exclusive games roll out, especially because there ain't shit releasing right now, because there just is no games coming out at the moment because so much has been delayed. It'll be interesting to see which games end up being exclusive. So yeah, there you go. That's the video. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like or dislike depending on how much you tolerated or hated this video. Comment, subscribe for future content coming soon, as well as turn on the notification bell to receive all notifications about how much money YouTube's going to take out of your taxes if you are not a US creator, depending on the country, of course. And I'll see you all next time, but until then, I'm out. Later.